My daughter's imaginary friend knows things he shouldn't know. Lily told me about her friend on a Tuesday. I was making dinner. Pasta with jarred sauce. The kind of meal you make when you've worked a double and your feet hurt and your daughter has been at aftercare for 9 hours, because that's what single mothers do. Lily sat at the kitchen table with her crayons, drawing something I hadn't looked at yet. Mommy, can Thomas have some? I didn't look up from the boiling water. Sure, baby. Set a place for him. She'd had imaginary friends before. Mr. Buttons when she was 3, a rabbit who lived in the closet, Princess Starla for most of preschool. I'd read the articles. Imaginary friends were normal, healthy, a sign of creativity and developing social skills. I'd served Mr. Buttons invisible tea. I'd buckled Princess Starla into her car seat. This was just Lily being 5. He likes the twirly kind, Lily said. The twirly kind? Rotini. She sounded it out carefully. Rotini. I turned around. How do you know that word? Thomas told me. He said it's his favorite. I poured the pasta into the strainer and watched the steam rise. Rotini wasn't a word Lily would know. We always called it twirly pasta. I'd never used the real name in front of her. Where did you meet Thomas, baby? In my room. She picked up a blue crayon. He comes to visit sometimes. When does he visit? At night, when you're sleeping. The steam was still rising from the strainer. I watched it curl toward the ceiling. What does Thomas look like? He's big. Bigger than you. He has a beard and his hands are scratchy. Scratchy? Like Grandpa's face when he doesn't shave. I set the strainer down, walked to the table, looked at what Lily was drawing. A figure, tall, taking up most of the page. Brown scribbles for hair, brown scribbles on the chin. The hands were huge. She'd drawn them twice the size of the head, the way children do when something makes an impression. That's Thomas? Uh-huh. He said I'm a good drawer. I sat down across from her. My hands were wet from the pasta water and I hadn't grabbed a towel. Lily, when Thomas visits, what do? We talk. He tells me stories. He knows a lot of stories about a girl who looks for treasure. She kept coloring, adding yellow to the figure's shirt. He's nice, Mommy. You don't have to look scared. I'm not scared. Yes, you are. You have your scared face. She looked up at me with her father's eyes. Thomas said you might be scared when I told you about him. He said mommies get scared easy. Thomas said that. He said I should wait to tell you, but I wanted him to have dinner with us. She set down the crayon. Is that okay? I made myself smile. Of course, baby. Let me get another plate. I called my mother that night, after Lily was asleep. It's probably nothing, Mom said. Kids that age, they pick up words from everywhere. School, TV, other kids. She doesn't watch cooking shows. She's 5. So she heard it somewhere else. Maybe at aftercare. Maybe one of the other kids has a parent who cooks. She said his hands are scratchy, like a man who doesn't shave. Honey? Mom's voice shifted into the tone she used when she thought I was being dramatic. You're exhausted. You're doing everything alone. It's natural to worry, but this is just an imaginary friend. Don't turn it into something it's not. What if it's not imaginary? The silence on the other end lasted too long. What are you saying? I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. Have you checked the house? Checked it how? Locks? Windows? I don't know. Whatever you're supposed to check. I had checked. Every window, every door, all locked. No signs of forced entry. Nothing missing. Nothing moved. I'd walked through every room with my phone flashlight while Lily slept, feeling insane. Feeling like the kind of paranoid single mother everyone warned me I'd become. Everything's locked. Then there's your answer. It's an imaginary friend. Kids have them. Yours is particularly vivid. That's all. I wanted to believe her. I tried to believe her. Then I found the candy wrapper. Saturday morning. Lily was watching cartoons in the living room. I was changing her sheets because she'd wet the bed, which she hadn't done in over a year. I found it under her pillow. A Werther's original wrapper, folded into a small square, tucked beneath the pillow like a secret. Lily hated hard candy. She'd choked on a butterscotch when she was 3 and refused to eat any candy she couldn't chew. I never bought Werther's. I never bought hard candy of any kind. I sat on the edge of her bed holding the wrapper. Lily, she appeared in the doorway. Yeah, Mommy? Where did this come from? She looked at the wrapper, then at me, then at the floor. Lily, Thomas gave it to me. Quiet, almost a whisper. He brings me candy sometimes. He said it was our secret. What else is a secret? I'm not supposed to say. I knelt down, eye level with her. Baby, you can tell me anything. You won't get in trouble, I promise. She chewed her lip the way she did when she was deciding whether to trust something. He said if I told you about him, he'd have to stop visiting. He said you wouldn't understand. Her eyes were wet. But I told you anyway. And now he's going to be mad. Lily, this is very important. Does Thomas touch you? He holds my hand sometimes. When he tells stories. Does he touch you anywhere else? No. She shook her head. He just talks and holds my hand, and sometimes he sits on my bed and watches me sleep. He says I look like an angel when I sleep. I called the police. They sent an officer, young, maybe 25, with a wedding ring he kept twisting. He walked through the house and checked the windows and asked Lily questions while I stood in the doorway trying not to scream. Does Thomas have a last name? I don't know. Does he come in through a door? He's just there. When I wake up, does he wear a uniform, like a policeman or a mailman? No, just regular clothes. The officer took notes, checked the locks again, walked the perimeter of the house while I watched from the front window. When he came back inside, his face told me everything. Ma'am, there's no sign of forced entry, no footprints, no disturbance. Your locks are intact. Your windows are sound. Then how is someone getting in? I'm not sure anyone is. He said it gently. The way you say things to people you think might be fragile. Kids this age, their imaginations. I found a candy wrapper under her pillow. Candy I didn't buy. Candy she doesn't eat. Kids pick things up, school, play dates. She's been at home with me or at aftercare. Every day. For months. He closed his notebook. I'll file a report, and I'd suggest maybe talking to someone. A counselor, someone who specializes in children. Sometimes they can tell the difference between a real experience and a very vivid imagination. You don't believe me. I believe you're scared. I believe you're doing your best. He handed me a card. If anything else happens, anything concrete, call this number. I looked at the card. A general information line, not even a direct number. That night, I slept in Lily's room, sat in the chair in the corner with a kitchen knife on my lap, watching the door, watching the window, watching my daughter's chest rise and fall under her blanket. Nothing happened. She slept through the night. No one came. No sounds, no shadows, no scratchy-handed men materializing from nowhere. Just the house settling and the wind outside and my own breathing, too loud in the dark. By 4 a.m., I felt like an idiot. By 5 a.m., I'd almost convinced myself Mom was right. By 6 a.m., when Lily woke up and found me there, I managed to smile and tell her I'd had a nightmare and wanted to be close to her. That's okay, Mommy. Thomas has nightmares too sometimes. I went rigid. He told you that? He told me lots of things. She yawned, stretched, pushed her hair out of her face. He said he had a little girl once, but she went away. He said I remind him of her. I didn't sleep in the chair again. I slept in her bed, curled around her, one hand on the knife under the pillow. A week passed, then 2. Lily stopped mentioning Thomas. When I asked about him, she said he hadn't visited in a while. She seemed fine, normal. No more bedwetting, no more candy wrappers, no more drawings of large men with scratchy hands. I started to relax, started to believe what everyone was telling me, that I'd overreacted, that single mother paranoia had gotten the best of me, that Lily's imagination had conjured a friend and then moved on the way children do. I went back to work, picked her up from aftercare at the regular time, made pasta, rotini, because she asked for it, and I didn't let myself think about why she still wanted the twirly kind. On the 3rd week, I found the photograph. Lily had been coloring at the kitchen table while I cleaned. I reached under the fridge to sweep out the dust bunnies, and my broom hit something solid. I got down on my knees and reached under and pulled out a photograph. Polaroid. Old with that yellowish tint they get. A little girl, maybe 5 or 6, standing in front of a house I didn't recognize. Brown hair, blue dress, smiling. On the white strip at the bottom, in handwritten ink, Emma, 1987. I turned it over. On the back, in different handwriting, fresher, darker. She looks just like you did. I don't remember calling the police. I don't remember what I said. I remember sitting on the kitchen floor with the photograph in my hand, and then there were more officers, and someone was talking to Lily in the living room, and someone else was asking me questions I couldn't answer. Who is Emma? I don't know. Have you ever seen this photograph before? No. Is this your handwriting on the back? No. Ma'am, do you have any idea how this got into your house? No. 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 They searched the house. Really searched it this time. The attic, the basement, the crawl spaces, every closet, every cabinet, every gap between wall and furniture. They found nothing. No one hiding. No signs of habitation. No evidence anyone had been in my house except me and my daughter. But they also found no explanation for the photograph. No record of an Emma connected to me or my family. No match in any database. No fingerprints except mine from when I'd picked it up. We'll increase patrols in the neighborhood, the sergeant said. And I'd recommend a security system. Cameras, motion sensors. If someone's getting in, we'll catch them. I had the system installed the next day. Cameras on every door, every window, motion sensors in every room. An app on my phone that would alert me if anything moved. Nothing moved. For 2 months, nothing moved. The cameras showed empty rooms. The sensors stayed silent. Lily went to school, went to aftercare, came home, ate dinner, went to bed. She didn't mention Thomas. I didn't ask. I started seeing a therapist. She said I'd experienced a vigilance response to an ambiguous threat. She said my brain had pattern-matched innocent details into a narrative of danger. She said the photograph was concerning, but possibly explainable. A previous tenant, something that fell behind the fridge years ago. Coincidence. I wanted to believe her. Then Lily turned 6. We had a party, just us and Mom and a few kids from her class. Cake, presents, the whole thing. She was happy. I was happy. Normal family, normal birthday, normal life. That night, after everyone left and Lily was asleep in her bed and I was washing frosting off plates, my phone buzzed. Motion alert. Lily's room. I opened the app, pulled up the camera. My daughter was sitting up in bed, looking at the corner of the room where the chair used to be. I'd moved it out after those nights of sleeping there because I couldn't stand to look at it. She was talking. I couldn't hear audio. The cameras were video only, but I could see her lips moving, could see her nodding, could see her hold out her hand toward the empty corner, palm up, like she was receiving something. I ran. Up the stairs, down the hall, I slammed open her door and hit the lights, and she was lying down, eyes closed, blanket pulled up to her chin, asleep. The corner was empty. Lily. I shook her. Lily, wake up. She blinked at me, confused, groggy. Mommy? Were you just awake? Were you just sitting up? No. She rubbed her eyes. I was sleeping. You were talking. On the camera, you were talking. I was dreaming. She yawned. I had a dream about Thomas. He said to tell you happy birthday. It's not my birthday. Not you. She closed her eyes again, already drifting. Her, Emma. Today's Emma's birthday. I pulled up the camera footage. Scrubbed back through the last 10 minutes. Lily, asleep. Lily, asleep. Lily, asleep. No motion, no sitting up, no talking to the corner. But the motion alert was in my notifications. Time stamped 9:47 p.m. The app had registered movement, had sent the alert. I watched the footage 5 times, 10 times, nothing. My daughter in bed, not moving. But I'd seen her, sitting up, talking, reaching towards something I couldn't see. I don't know how to end this. I don't know how to make you understand that I'm not crazy, that my daughter isn't lying, that something is in my house and I can't prove it and no one will help me. The cameras show nothing. The locks are intact. The police have filed a dozen reports and found nothing. My therapist says I'm processing anxiety through hypervigilance. My mother says I need more sleep. But last night, Lily asked me if Thomas could come to her birthday party next year. He missed this one, she said. He was sad about it, but he said he'll be there next time. He promised. Lily, Thomas isn't real. She looked at me, patient, a little sad. He said you'd say that. She went back to her cereal. He said you're not ready yet, but you will be. He's going to wait until you're ready. Ready for what? To meet him. She took a bite, chewed, swallowed. He wants to meet you, Mommy. He's been waiting a long time. I'm writing this at 3 a.m. because I can't sleep. Because I've been checking the cameras every 10 minutes and nothing is there, and nothing is ever there, but my daughter talks to corners and knows words she shouldn't know, and has a photograph of a dead girl under her pillow again, because I found it there tonight when I checked. The same photograph. Emma, 1987. I burned it last time. I watched it curl and blacken in the kitchen sink. It's back. Same photograph. Same handwriting. Same little girl smiling in front of a house I've never seen. But there's new writing on the back now. Soon. I don't know who Thomas is. I don't know how he's getting in. I don't know what he wants. But he's real. He's here. He's been watching my daughter sleep. And he's waiting for something. If you're reading this and you have children, check on them tonight. Check the corners they talk to, the friends they describe, the words they know that you never taught them. Check under their pillows. And if you find something there that shouldn't exist, something you've destroyed, something that can't be explained by imagination or coincidence or a mother's paranoid mind, don't call the police. Don't call a therapist. Don't tell yourself it's nothing. Run. Because I can't run. I've tried. We stayed at my mother's house for a week, and Lily woke up every night talking to the corner of the guest room, and when we came home there was a new photograph on her pillow. This one was of me, asleep in my bed, taken from inside my bedroom. The date stamp said last night. He's not just watching Lily anymore. I don't know what happens next. I don't know what soon means, or what he's been waiting for, or why he chose us. But Lily says he's happy now. She says he smiles more. She says he told her that the waiting is almost over. She says he's going to introduce himself soon. She says I'll like him. She says everyone likes Thomas. Eventually. Reescribe este texto manteniendo exactamente la misma extensión y la misma estructura del texto original. Sustituye las palabras por sinónimos o frases equivalentes para evitar coincidencias, pero sin reducir la cantidad de palabras ni el tamaño total. No me preguntes si debo continuar. Entrega el texto completo en portugués, con la misma longitud que el original, faça do mesmo tamaño o texto.